What's good, family? Welcome back to the channel. It looks like we're gonna have to watch this video before we can ever even eat again, because that's what it said in the thumbnail of this video. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? Title of this video that we're about to watch is 99% of people don't know this is now happening to their food. Now I'm assuming this is gonna be talking about the fact that the government is now allowing people to lab make food. Now this has been going on for the past couple of months, yeah. So realistically speaking, the meat that we're getting in the certain chicken or beef or whatever you have it is not even real animal anymore, which is very wild. Now this is just what comes with us advancing as society. But let's get straight into this video, yeah.
So listen, you are going to want to be really careful when you go to the stores now, because for the first time in history, the government has approved the sale of meat that does not come from a farm, but this meat is actually being grown in a lab by scientists. And yes, I did say the government just approved this to be sold to us. And don't you worry, I'm about to tell you all about the process, how this even works, when this will take effect, where is this being sold, and everything else you need to know right after this. What's up, guys? You are new here. Hello, bonjour, hola, aloha, konnichiwa, wagwan, shalom, assalamu alaikum, jambu, namaste. So I just came.
You still ain't subscribed? That's mind-blowing. That's just blowing my mind how you still ain't. Yo, hit that subscribe button, man.
Came across this. USDA allows lab-grown meat to be sold to U.S. consumers. And this was actually passed on June 21st. And at the time of this video, it has already been making its way to certain restaurants. And don't worry, I'm going to tell you where it is being sold at this moment and when it's going to make its way to stores and everything else too. But the crazy thing about all of this is I took a close look at this meat that is being grown in a lab, and I compared it to the meat that comes from a farm, and I could not tell the difference. Let me know down below in the comments if you can tell which one is lab grown and which one actually comes from a farm.
I know which one is lab grown. This one right here. Hey, what kind of chicken is that? It look like that's chicken made out of cornmeal. Come on now. I've been organic for a minute now. Don't play with me.
If you can tell which one is lab grown and which one actually comes from a farm. But in case you are just as confused as I was when I first heard that they're creating this meat in the lab, and you're wondering how in the world is even possible, let me break it all down for you. So what they are doing is they are taking cells from live animals, whether it be live chicken or from the egg. And extracting these cells is supposed to be a painless process for these animals. So once they take the cells out of them, then they are in the lab examining these cells. They basically go through and look for the cells that are most likely to taste good, to reproduce quickly, and the cells that are going to produce the healthiest meat. How in the world they can actually look at the cell and tell if it is going to taste good or not? That's above me, y'all. I have no idea. But once they choose these cells, they make them what they call immortalized, which means that it can continue to produce cells indefinitely. There is no stop time to this thing. And at this point, they take the cells and they place them in these tanks here. And these tanks are called cell cultivators. They provide warmth and energy for these cells.
I don't know about y'all, but I want nothing to do with this right here.
To grow. And in these cultivators, that's when the experts or scientists add sugar, spice, and everything nice. They add all of the nutrients and vitamins that is needed for these cells to grow into meat. And after about 4 to 6 weeks at Good Meat and 2 to 3 weeks at Upside Foods, the meat is then harvested from these tanks. And then they take it and pretty much mold it and shape it into the form of a chicken breast. Now again, if you are anything like me, I'm wondering when they are growing this meat, what is coming from it? Like, are they making a whole chicken in the lab? Is this some sci-fi type of stuff? I need to find out. But they said that in these tanks only...
You know what this makes me think about though? The fact that they're literally out here cloning meat from chicken and different type of animals. That just makes all these conspiracy theories about cloning people just more realistic.
The meat is what is grown. There are no feathers, there are no bones. Just good meat for you to eat. So this is supposed to
pause.
be similar to the process of how beer is brewed, but instead of all the yeast and bacteria, they're growing animal cells. So let me know down below what you think about this so far. To you, is this real meat? They are taking these cells from animals and they are just putting it through a process to grow and multiply them in a lab. But do you personally feel like you are going to call this meat? Yes or no?
I'm not gonna lie to ya. Ain't no way I'm calling this meat. And one thing is for a fact, if I ever see it in the supermarket or store on the shelves that I see is lab grown meat, that joint better be 50 cents. 50 cents, I don't care. Y'all better not be charging the same exact price for some real meat. 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? Start feeding people that need to eat. If we out here lab growing it.
So let me know down in the comments. And just to clear the air, this is not considered vegan, vegetarian. Again, it is coming from animal cells. It is considered meat. And the reason that they are doing this, they say, is to create a way to not have to raise and slaughter so many chicken. Because in the United States alone in 2021, over 9.3 billion chicken were slaughtered. That's in the US alone. So for those of you that may not eat poultry or meat or anything else like that due to animal cruelty, this may be an option for you. Let me know down below if you are a person that chooses not to eat meat because of animal cruelty. Would this be something that you would consider eating? And it is said that this is also a way to help to decrease the land and water that is needed to raise these animals. And also it's supposed to be safer. Why? Because they are not adding antibiotics to these chickens, there's no hormones being added, and there's no GMO. So it's supposed to be a safer, healthier option.
Brother,
and even with all
that's
of
cap. It's not safer or healthier. They lying to us. The fact of the matter is that Bill Gates, he bought out all the farmers. Like, I'm pretty sure within 2020, he took over all the farmland. So now he's gonna want to control the entire food chain. He's gonna want to control what the mass majority of people are even consuming. Controlling what we're able to consume is actually gonna control the cells within our body, realistically speaking. So I feel as if they just not trying to have us eat good at this point, and they gonna make it seem as if it's better and all that stuff. But when realistically, just beforehand, we have farmers doing their thing all year round.
Being said, I still don't know how I feel about this one, y'all. That's why I'm doing the research to try to figure it out for us. And that's why I have signed up so that I can go and take a tour of this lab to see the behind the scenes, see what's going on when they are creating these lab grown meats. So if that's something that you are interested in seeing, if you want to know the real deal, the scoop, because y'all know I'm going to tell you the truth, make sure you comment down below and then I'm going to bring you that video. And also, I am thinking about going and trying this chicken for myself again, because I'm trying to test this out. I'm trying to give it a chance, and I am trying to report back to you and let you know all the details that you need to know about this. So also let me know down below if you want to see a video like that. But also, chicken is not the only thing that is being grown in these labs. And no, I'm not saying they're growing humans, y'all. But they've actually grown a meatball, which means that they can make beef. They said that this particular production method is flexible across many different types of animals. And they have already demonstrated this with meat, with poultry, and with seafood cells already. So are you really eating fish? That's another question. But I just wanted to let you know that chicken is not the only things that will be grown in these labs. Man, so that's just something to think about and consider.
More and more fake as time goes on.
So I am more than sure you are wondering, okay, Monique, where are they selling this stuff at? Well, the sale of this lab grown meat, or as they call it, cultivated meat, has already started. On July 1st, the Upside Chicken was launched at a restaurant called Bar Cren, and that made it the very first cultivated meat or lab grown meat that was sold in the United States. So yes, currently this is being sold in the United States. I believe in 20.
Yo, the cultivated meat just sounds mad elusive. It sounds like, you know, they cultivated it on a farmland and it's not lab grown from cells.
20 is when it first started being sold in Singapore. I'm not yet quite sure of any other countries that this is making its way to yet, or who's next. But at this point, This is something big going on right now in the United States. Now, another restaurant that this type of meat is being sold at, the one that is created by Good Meat, is going to be over in Washington, D.C. at a restaurant called China Chilcano. Yes, this has made its way to its menu and is going to be making its way to many more restaurants, but those are the only two at this time. Now you might be like, forget about restaurants, Monique, is this in the stores? I need to know about it. So they are starting out with restaurants first, and then they will be making their way to the stores. I'm not sure what that time frame will look like for when it'll be on the shelves at the stores, but it's not there right now at the time of this video. I am more than sure when you are shopping for your meat, however, though, it will be labeled as cultivated meat. And that's why I wanted to explain this to you today, let you know all of the names that is being called, because if you happen to go shopping at the store and you see something that has that cultivated meat label on it, you may not even know what that means. You may think that was just a fresher, cleaner, fancier way of them going to the farm and getting that chicken, instead of knowing that that means that it was lab-grown meat. But it will also have that USDA label again, because the FDA, the USDA, they approved this to be sold. So it may blend in pretty much with the other chicken, especially if you are not paying attention to what you are picking up in the store. So just make sure you're being careful when you're out there. Make sure you're reading everything. And again, this is not me saying that I am against this at all. I'm just inquisitive right now. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with this.
I sure ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure not with it. I like to get my meat grass fed, organic grass fed, the natural of the natural. That's as natural as it can get in the supermarkets nowadays.
This mean, what this taste, what this is going to do to us.
Just to put it in perspective though, like I went to Grenada in like 2019, and during this time in 2019 when I went to Grenada, I got like a tour of the island, and they were showing me like they were literally showing me the neighborhood. They were saying like, oh yeah, the person that lives in there. It was literally a Grenadian that was. I'm pretty sure. I hope I didn't butcher the people who live in Grenada, but I'm gonna call y'all Grenadians. So, Grenadine, I don't know, but they were like, yeah, like the person that lives in the house is like 100 years old, and they'll go to the next house. It's like, yeah, that person's like 95, and they just be chilling on the front porch. But the reason why is because a lot of their food is like they pick up their goats and their freaking burgers freshly cut. I'm talking about fresh, like they just killed the animal like 2-3 days ago, and they eat it. Then within the week, all their fruit is grown from the ground, and they just live longer because it's actually feeding their cells.
Now, a question that a lot of people have is, will this be replacing the traditional meat as we know it? Raising meat on a farm, is this going to be a thing of the past? And right now, according to Upside Foods, that answer is no. And that is simply because they said all of the things that's required to make this type of meat. And with the demand of meat increasing over the next couple of years, they probably won't be able to keep up with that demand. But this will just be another alternative, another option for people to choose when they're shopping in a store. That's what they said, not me. And who knows, that may change in the future, but that's what's going on right now. But that's pretty much all the chicken talk that I have for you today. If you have not liked this video, please go ahead on and give it a thumbs up for me, because that helps me out, and I thank you.
Yo, make sure you guys smash the like button, man. You could also go in the description down below for my Twitch. I'm gonna be streaming sometime soon. Like today, I've just been getting everything like situated. It's like a whole entire different setup. I'm so used to using just a regular like MacBook Pro and just doing everything there. But now I have like 2 computer screens, a whole PC, a mic. Oh, like I could make a sound effect right now. What y'all want to hear? You know what I'm saying? You want to hear me drop a bomb on y'all real quick? You know what I'm saying? You want to hear me drop a bomb on y'all real quick? What you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? I could do a couple different things. Cause you know, if things get a little frisky, in the videos, you know, whoa, chill. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just doing different things with this production type stuff. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you do smash the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one the same way you're gonna catch me in the next one. Peace, love y'all. Oh wait, see, I forgot. I ended on the computer now. All right, peace, y'all.